Success is not born of chance, nor is it the result of sudden inspiration. It is a system, an invisible order within the mind where thought, emotion, and action move in harmony. The world teaches men to chase outcomes, but outcomes are merely reflections. The true architect of success builds within. Every enduring achievement begins in coherence, that subtle state where what you think, what you feel, and what you do become one frequency. When the inner mechanism of belief aligns with the rhythm of universal law, success becomes inevitable, as certain as gravity itself. You see, most believe success demands extraordinary effort. They imagine struggle as proof of worth. But the truth is simpler. Success requires no strain, only alignment. When your inner system is calibrated to order, the universe organizes itself around you. The right ideas, people, and opportunities begin to gravitate naturally toward your vibration. The mind, when properly trained, is a transmitter of intention and a receiver of opportunity. It converts thought into energy and energy into form. What you hold consistently in consciousness, you will experience inevitably in circumstance. Consider this. The universe is not moved by words, but by frequency. Effort without alignment is wasted motion, but alignment without effort is power. The man who understands this ceases to fight with life. He works, yes, but his work is precise, harmonious, infused with direction. He no longer runs toward success. He allows success to find him. And yet, most people never reach this state, not because they lack talent, but because they build their lives on the weakest of foundations, motivation.
The greatest enemy of success is inconsistency. Most live as slaves to emotion, high when inspired, idle when weary. They rise in enthusiasm, only to collapse in doubt. This is not mastery. It is instability. Motivation is like fire. It burns bright, but fades quickly without fuel. A system, however, sustains itself. It is not moved by moods or circumstance. It functions from design, not desire. The brain, being an instrument of energy conservation, always seeks the path of least resistance. Without an internal system to guide it, it reverts to old habits, the comfort of what is familiar, even when that comfort breeds stagnation. Failure is seldom a matter of ability. It is almost always a failure of consistency. The successful do not rely on fleeting emotion. They construct an inner architecture where right action becomes automatic, where persistence is no longer effort, but identity. When the system governs the self, discipline becomes instinct. You no longer negotiate with fear or fatigue. You simply move forward, because moving forward is who you are. Success, then, is not a product of intensity, but of structure. Build a system strong enough, and motivation becomes unnecessary. But how does one build such a system? The foundation lies in one law, the law of autosuggestion, the silent mechanism through which the mind programs its own reality.
Within every human being lies a quiet architect, the subconscious mind. It does not argue, it does not analyze, it obeys. Whatever you impress upon it with emotion and repetition becomes law, shaping both perception and behavior. Autosuggestion is the deliberate act of instructing this inner architect. Each thought, when repeated with conviction, becomes a blueprint the subconscious executes without question. This is how identity is formed, and identity is destiny. When you repeat to yourself, "I am confident," or "I am capable," you are not engaging in fantasy, you are issuing commands to the deepest layers of your being. In time, those commands form neural pathways, and what once required effort becomes natural. The same principle governs every habit, every outcome. The poor reinforce their limitations through fear and complaint. The successful reinforce their expansion through vision and gratitude. The subconscious accepts both as truth, for it has no filter, only focus. True transformation begins when you no longer ask your mind to perform new actions, but to become a new mechanism altogether. Success is not born from struggle. It is born from programming. And once this reprogramming begins, once the mind starts aligning belief with purpose, it creates a magnetic field, a gravitational pull that organizes every resource toward one direction. That field is built upon clarity. Let us now examine the principle that gives this system its power: purpose.
A mind without purpose is like a compass without a needle, always moving, never arriving. Purpose is the axis upon which the wheel of success turns. Without it, energy scatters. With it, every thought and action becomes precise. Purpose is not a wish, it is a decision. It defines the direction of your vibration. When your aim is vague, your energy divides. But when your aim is exact, the universe begins to align with mathematical certainty. Success does not come from force, but from focus. The clearer the purpose, the stronger the magnetic field that surrounds you. People and opportunities begin to arrange themselves as if drawn by gravity, for coherence always creates order. Purpose is the sacred intersection between the mind and the infinite. It translates inspiration into motion, chaos into harmony. Once your system has a clear direction, everything unnecessary falls away. Doubt dissolves, procrastination weakens, and energy flows. And yet, to sustain that purpose, one must develop a new kind of discipline, not of the body alone, but of energy itself.
True discipline is not punishment, it is frequency maintenance. Every time you doubt, hesitate, or complain, your vibration fractures. The system weakens. Success, being a coherent state, cannot sustain itself within scattered energy. Success is not achieved by doing more, but by vibrating clearly. Persistence is not struggle, it is the refusal to allow your vibration to decay. Each obstacle that arises is not a wall but a mirror, asking, "Can you remain coherent now?" Every test is an opportunity to prove your vibration stable. Persistence is to success what pressure is to steel, the force that strengthens its form. Without persistence, potential remains soft, untempered, incomplete. Remember this: the universe does not respond to your words, it responds to your emotional signature. When that signature remains unwavering, even in the absence of results, creation accelerates. This is why the truly successful do not chase, they sustain. They know that success is a state of vibration long before it becomes an event. But how then do we train the mind to maintain this coherence? How do we program a system so strong that failure becomes impossible? The answer lies in daily practice, small deliberate acts that rewire the subconscious into alignment.
Let us simplify the invisible into practice. Step 1. Identify the pattern that drains your energy, perhaps procrastination, fear, or the need for approval. Do not resist it, observe it. Awareness itself weakens its power. Step 2. Rewrite the pattern in your mind. Replace I try with I do. Replace I hope with I decide. The subconscious does not understand hesitation. Step 3. Visualize yourself executing the right behavior naturally. See it as effortless, as familiar, as inevitable. Step 4. Infuse that image with emotion. Feel the satisfaction, the peace, the gratitude, as though success were already complete. The body must experience the victory before the world reflects it. Step 5. Repeat this process for 21 days, not with pressure, but with faith. Soon, your nervous system will begin to act before thought. This is mastery, when action flows without resistance because the mind and body have become one. When this happens, success ceases to be something you chase. It becomes a pattern of being. The subconscious no longer opposes you. It works for you. And when the system within you is whole, the world around you must adjust to your coherence. This is the biology of success, the union of consciousness and creation.
The body is not separate from the mind. It is its expression. Every thought and emotion you hold is translated into chemistry, and that chemistry shapes behavior, perception, and destiny. When the mind dwells in confusion, the body prepares for defense. But when it lives in clarity and purpose, it enters growth, expansion, and vitality. Success, therefore, is not only mental, it is cellular. Your biology itself begins to mirror your belief. Coherent emotion and focused intention create a measurable field of energy around you, one that attracts order where there was disorder. Success, then, is not luck, it is resonance. Think of your inner system as a gravitational field. When mind and emotion move in harmony, everything within your orbit begins to reorganize. Relationships, opportunities, resources all align with the frequency of your conviction. A success system is not a strategy, it is a vibration that sustains itself. When your inner architecture stands firm, failure becomes energetically impossible. The universe does not reward effort, it responds to structure. It reflects the order you hold within. And so the question is no longer, how do I succeed, but how coherent am I willing to become? When thought, emotion, and purpose merge into one field of certainty, success is no longer a pursuit, it is a law. You cannot fail because failure requires contradiction, and in coherence there is none. You have become the system itself, the mechanism through which the infinite creates order. The universe does not favor you for your struggle, it confirms you for your alignment. Build your system, refine your vibration, and allow life to do what it has always done. Mirror the structure you have created within. For when the inner world stands in harmony, the outer world has no choice but to follow. Success, then, is not something you earn. It is something you become.